He'll catch up with us when he catches up with us.
Yeah.
So maybe now's the time to start this evening. People, prepare yourselves to start. And what I'd like to do, since there's nothing new here really that we haven't said already in our little chat session, so I want to remind you, those of you who haven't looked us up, me and Mo have put together a website, Angora Poets website, 3Ws, angorapoets.com. And we're slowly, I must have hosted about 150 poets. So we're slowly placing their names and their photos on the website. So you can take a look at people who've been with us past and present. And then we'll follow that with videos we've made and photographs we've made. So we have quite a rich history actually here in Paris. So keep that in mind. Okay, so why don't we begin this evening with all this talk about, let's see, Juneteenth and COVID and I don't know what else. Oh yeah, Fête de la Musique. It's raining outside here in Paris.
And here the wind is blowing since 2 days. It makes me really, it gets on my nerves, wind, tramontane, it's called tramontane. That's 3 days of wind non-stop,
Okay.
Very tiring. First you like it and then it's boring,
After a while, okay. So, okay, now that we've got the weather reports and the health reports, fortunately, some of the political reports.
Yeah.
Who wants to report on poetry? Anybody have an urge? What about you, Carrie? You've got 3 poems published. Can we begin this evening with you reading from your work?
Great. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, let's mute yourselves so that we can give Carrie an undisturbed platform. Carrie, over to you.
Thanks, everybody. This first poem is published in bzine.com this past week, actually, on the 19th. And it's about Pride Month. So it's Pride Month 2020. Rainbows that used to highlight Pride season are now painted and illuminated on windows. As we remain inside for protection, many of the beloved population are no longer hiding in the closet. Even in contagion, we are free to be who we are. Okay.
Right. So you're talking about, about gay pride, LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, E, F, the way it's going.
All of those.
All of those. Dogs, cats, birds, everybody on Noah's Ark.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. And your next poem?
All right. This is an old one, but it's going to be included in a new collection that I have going on. Hopefully this fall it'll be published. We're still debating on what title to use, but anyway, let me read it. This was my friend Alan Ravitch. He's a wonderful photographer, and he had this photo of this uptown. No, not uptown. Upstate shack in New York State, and I looked at it, and then a poem just like spell out of me. Like in 5 minutes, it was done. So, and it was published a few years ago. So it's going to be part of this new collection I'm working on now. So I'm going to read it right now. It's called Twilight at the Upstate Shack. Wonder what is on the living room television at this hour of the day when the blue hour takes hold of the house, transforming it into a magical spot ready for the nighttime. Mom is still driving on Route 71, 5 minutes away. She's bringing home roasted chicken for dinner. Her family is bored, sunburned from a day at the pond. Daddy is airing out his sandy shoes out on the porch. He pours some wine and sets out some Italian salami he knows that his wife likes, with some aged Parmesan. And the kids are still bored in front of the TV as the night grows deeper.
Okay, all right. Happy Father's Day, Daddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, we didn't discuss Father's Day. Maybe that'll come up.
Absolutely.
Who knows? There are some fathers in the crowd.
Right. This
Okay.
wasn't that wasn't based on my dad. My dad's totally different, and maybe like round two I'll come up with something about my dad. He's a hunter, so it's definitely a different kind of deal. But anyway, this is a newer one. It was just published at Alien Buddha. It's going to be accepted by Alien Buddha Press, like today. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the music documentary Laurel Canyon. It's on I don't know, it's on cable or whatever, but it's an amazing show. You need to see it if you like music of the 60s and the 70s and how Californian touched our lives. So this is based on it. It's based on Laurel Canyon, A Place in Time, Part 2. And this is called 1969-1970. When blooms outside smell like turpentine, where girls played with his greasy dun, and this place used to be such paradise, his words used to hold you spellbound. Soon our beds became so cold, fire pits couldn't disguise the blood running outside the door. It's time to hide away our guns. The sheep are not sleeping tonight. The Southern California sound after dark kept all the hip cats up, stoned out of their gourds. The hopefuls wait outside at the troubadour, feeling safe in the brotherhood of sister singer-songwriters before the threat of the killer's October silent the hopefuls in LA. They wait for the good drugs to take effect, dreaming they were dusty stars before their opportunities burnt out.
Okay. All right. Well, let's give you a hand. Give you a hand. And
Thanks, guys.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And hope you keep your opportunities burning, not burn out.
Yes.
Yeah. How about that? All right. So, Bill, I see. Can you hear us, Bill? Oh boy. Unmute. Oh, still cannot hear you. Let's see. Maybe you could be our first poet to sign language. Give us some gestures. Give us some hand. You're from Jersey. Express yourself. Yeah, there you go. Oh boy. Well, I'm hoping you resolve this. Speak up when you feel you got your audio back. Okay. All right. So I want to welcome, our lady here calling herself Palm Rouge is on with us. How you doing, Miss Palm Rouge? Okay. Well, she'll be back. Miss Palm Rouge. Okay. All right. Good enough. All right. So what about you, Karen Scott? Can you render some poetry for us?
I'm just listening today.
You're just listening to, oh, wow, okay. Laid back crew this evening. And how about you, Jane? What do you have for us?
Yeah, I'll read on a couple. Yes, the first one
Wait,
I would
wait. I
like
was
to.
asking. Wait. Hold on. No, I was asking for Jane. Are you there, Jane?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Jane, sorry.
Okay. And then we can get to you, James, after Jane. How's that?
Gotcha. All right, sounds good.
Okay. So, Jane, what do you got to?
Well, my piece is just because everything has been so intense lately for everybody in many ways. I started this poem, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. First started it, it was a paragraph long, and now it's about a page and a half long. So I'll only do the one piece because it's a 3 or 4 minute piece. So the piece is called Bang You're Dead. What is wrong with people? Women and children are running in fear from men so cruel and anger fueled, committing atrocities that bring us to tears, killing one another over man God rules. Men in soldier suits with guns and tanks, and men with lies upon their lips as they drank to bloody victories of now and when. Men in fresh pressed suits, making war, pushing paper and pen. Didn't you hear what Marvin said? Mercy, mercy me, when will it end? In the cities, they run past the bullets that fly, or lost in the desert, they waste away and die of thirst. When ancient water jars are burst, where children are bought, fucked, and worked till they're dead or they're grown, it's a planetary shame on you that points to one skin tone. What is wrong with people? Oh, haven't you heard? Their God has instructed them. They got the word. To reap the rewards, you must kill the infidels, blow them off the face of the earth and send them all to hell. And for all you good people who love the sinner but hate the sin, preaching from your pulpit, spewing lies from deep within of hate and intolerance, though Jesus loves you nonetheless, you think you're on the highway to heaven because your sins in the dark you did confess? What is wrong with people? Cambodia, Rwanda, Sudan, Tibet, Ferguson, Staten Island, Brooklyn, and the rest. The list goes on and on. Haven't you had enough yet? All the wars of all the gods, of all the religions will fall when they learn that we are true spirit beings without the religious call. I'm reminded of a line I believe George Carlin said. Do you believe in God? Answer yes. Then please do move ahead. Do you believe in my God? Answer no. Then bang, you're dead. Bang, you're dead.
Wow, strong.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's wrong with people? You know, I've been aggressed by stupid people, and I wonder what's wrong with some people. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we could talk about that all night. You know
Oh,
how inclusive is religion and how divisive is religion.
word.
Go on with that all night long. So it's best, in respect to good people who practice religion, in
Word.
respect to good people who do not practice organized religion, we just express our own views of it in poetry, you know, because to try to drive people away,
Mhm.
you know, because we all know good people who practice, and we all know good people who are outside of organized religion. You know,
Right.
I know great Seventh-day Adventists, and I know great Marxists. And so to exclude one camp or the other when I know good people from both sides is ridiculous. Anyway, so that we don't go down that rabbit hole. You know, that's deep. Okay, now I'm going to ask again. Now, Pom Jorge, Pom, are you there, Miss Pom? No, you're not there. Okay, so we'll just move along. Now, Dalila, you were going to read something to us. Um, for you, Sandy, who just joined us first time tonight, we encourage people to read in a different language than English when they choose to. And so I believe Dalila is going to read in French. When you Unmute. Darling, you sound better unmuted. Delilah, there's that smile. Okay.
Je voulais juste dire que le poème qu'elle vient de lire, Albert, really, it's a hurt. And I wonder if I can read the poem I wrote during, in 1984, I was in Algeria and I was with my little girl alone, and it was the Civil War, and it was a hell, and I have decided to take her for a trip to Paris just to see the world differently. She was 5 years old. And it was an adventure. What was funny was that the 14th of July was a hell for me because it was full of shooting, of fireworks. And so I was wondering where to go. So, but the poem I wrote is very simple. It just says that we tried to look for something else, my daughter and myself.
Okay, well, let's hear this poem. Let's hear it.
It's, alors, ça va venir, hein. Ouf.
You know, we can, oh, you got it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
I called it Bébé Fourmi. Bébé Fourmi was my daughter. This was the way I was calling her. I said, petite fourmi grandie, que de chemin parcouru, sentiment de succès, 1000 peurs disparues. Allez, partons loin, en vacances, découvrir le monde. Alger, Marseille, puis TGV. She never went out before. Huh? It was her first trip. Marseille, Paris. Oh là 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 là. Nous laissons derrière nous 1000 peurs. 1996. Guerre civile, terreur, insécurité, terrorisme. Satisfaction d'être guide de ma petite fille de 5 ans. Émerveillée par le jamais vu, elle a jamais vu. Le nouveau, aéroport, gare, train. Sortir du cauchemar. Conjurer le sort, coûte que coûte. Avancer, bouger. Surtout, ne pas s'arrêter d'agir. Marseille, 2 balises, le bus, la gare. Petite fourmi gambadant, biche effrayée, fascinée par l'allée de l'avant, pour le plaisir de vivre.
Joli comme tout.
Petit fourmi means, a fourmi is an ant. So this was my little ant, A-N-T. Okay.
Mon bébé, fourmi.
My baby ant, okay.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Can I say
Oh,
something?
you said something by Paul, wait a minute. You had something by Paul Eloire and Jacques Prévert, no?
Oui, je les ai ici. This is a part of my culture because in Algeria we have been colonized by France, and we have been oh my God, an education in French. So we have all this culture, which is wonderful. And Paul Éluard, just une seconde, ça va venir. Prévert d'abord, a very nice poem. We used to repeat and repeat and repeat, which said, pour toi mon amour, je suis allée au marché aux oiseaux et j'ai acheté des oiseaux. Pour toi mon amour, je suis allée au marché aux fleurs et j'ai acheté des fleurs. Pour toi mon amour. Je suis allée au marché à la ferraille et j'ai acheté des chaînes, de lourdes chaînes pour toi, mon amour. Des chaînes. Et puis, je suis allée au marché aux esclaves et je t'ai cherché, mais je ne t'ai pas trouvé, mon amour. This is Prévert. I read the other one later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you like
All right.
it?
I prefer,
That was good with a twist, huh? I bring you flowers, I bring you birds, I bring you love, but I cannot find any slaves. That was an interesting way to end that. You had to be there to understand that context. You know
Les
that.
ferrailles, I bought.
Okay. Well, you'll tell us later because I'm going to go on to the next poet. Okay. Let's give an introduction here to Mr. James Rivera. Hello, James.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing? How's everything?
Good, James.
Once again,
You're up,
yes,
James.
excellent. Yes, I'd like to read one piece that is published by poetmagazine.org, and it's called "Dear Surviving World," and here it goes. We will overcome this crisis. We will survive this. With a strong immune system and faith, we will not let this seal our fate. We will be allowed to travel and walk in parks again. The restrictions will be lifted by then. There will be no more social distancing. You can relive great moments that you've been missing. No more lockdown or quarantine. The regular way of life will be redeemed. You can once again walk amongst the crowds. Going to bars and restaurants will be allowed. Most people will still die after this is over, but for many it'll bring people closer and closer. For most, it'll take time to recover, but for many, a new life will be discovered. Dear surviving world, we got this. And that's Dear Surviving World.
All right. Upbeat. Do you have another one for us?
Yes, I do actually have another one.
Yeah, please. We ask people to read 3, unless one of them is Shakespearean length, you know. But if they're normal sized poems, read 3. So give us another one, please, James.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. This one I would like to read to y'all. It's called it's called Did You Wake Up Feeling Alive? And given that the things that we've been going through lately, this pandemic and the protests and stuff, I figured it'd be a little more appropriate to read this more often. And here it goes. Did you wake up feeling alive today? Did you wake up saying today was going to be a great day? Even if it's going to a suck-ass 9 to 5, it should still be a great day to be alive. For tomorrow is not promised to us. The person that can decide that is the man above. Most won't live to see tomorrow. Most will live in sorrow, which is why we have to thank God for being alive, for giving the opportunity to strive. Most won't live to seek such possibilities. Most will fail and live in hostility. We shouldn't be jealous of those who already have success. We shouldn't live our lives full of worry and stress. Instead, let's focus on building tomorrow a better future and to become winners, never losers. And to thank God for the opportunity to wake up every morning, to live life in happiness, never in mourning. When most have given up or died, let's all thank God for being alive. And that's that you wake up feeling alive.
Whoa, can we give him an amen on that? Amen, Brother Ben. All right. That's good. Okay. So do you have a third one we call Three's a Charm? Do you have a third one for us?
I do actually have a third one for you. The third one I'd like to reach out is from my book, Words in the Heart. This is my book, which you can get online on lulu.com or Amazon. And I figured I could read that to you. It's called Wishing You a Lovely Day. It's pretty short, so let's get on with that. Wishing you a lovely day, one which brings you many smiles. In so many ways, making it worthwhile. Keep your head up and don't look back. Keep moving forward and keep on rising. Go out and into that fast track. Keep on smiling, keep on smiling. Know that I'm here in your life and I'll love you in so many ways. I'll leave you happy, never in strife, wishing you a lovely day. And that's wishing you a lovely day.
Well, thank you very much. Hey, spread it around.
Yeah, it's
Good for you. Good for you. Okay. Oh, so now I see who's online. Now, Cosmic and her mother, Palm, is online. Hello. Unmute. Unmute. Well, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Cosmic. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay. Are you going to do another gong poem for us tonight?
Yes.
Oh, good. And for your information, last week Cosmic and her mother and another person joined her in a piece of poetry with gong music accompanying the poetry, and we posted it this week as our featured poem from last week. From, as we said earlier, from our youngest poet to date, Cosmic, who is what, 8 years old? Are you 8 years old now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, we got the story on that. Okay, so do you need any preparation time, you guys?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes, not much. Not much. A little. Maybe 15 minutes or 20. That's good.
So what I'm getting at is, if you want to prepare, you could signal us when you're ready.
You say 3 poems on go, or it depends?
Well, it depends on how long 3 poems take, but where'd you go? But let's say, we go for 2 rounds. So let's say if you give us 5 or 6 minutes this round and 5 or 6 minutes next round, how does that fit what you're doing?
Good. Just say yes.
That fits in all right, Cosmic? Can we go with that?
Yes.
Okay, so you let us know when you're ready to start, because I know you have to do a little setup. Okay, and in the meantime now, can we move over to the Czech Republic and ask Bunny if she wishes to present? Hello, Bunny.
Hi, how are you guys?
Okay.
Hi, Bunny.
Hi, Benny.
Hi, sweeties. Okay,
Hey, Bunny.
I'm gonna read something out of my hashtag Wuhan again, because we were talking about the COVID again. So I would start with one. I actually don't have anything else prepared. So if I can go with one.
It's your call.
Okay, good. Thank you. And next time I will do something that I'm just working on. So next month or something. Okay, this one is called Letter to Wuhan. Wuhan, my dear, to be honest with you, my first thought of you was so crisp, yet so real. I still shake of fear, still of what I saw, what was on the picture. For me, so terrible, I keep it to me and let my mind paint a different picture. No end, because we are attacked and we will not stand still before we end the fight and we clearly win. That was it.
Well, that was short and sweet. All right. Now, then give us a moment, give us a word about what's going on presently with Poets Unplugged.
Poets Unplugged is just running. As usual, we started a book showcasing. We are showcasing every Wednesday a book showcase, a poetry book or another book. And we feature you guys every week, of course. We love doing that. I'm getting a little bit behind on the featured poems each week because there's so much work that I have to do. So, but otherwise, everything's good.
I
All
love
right.
the showcase that you featured this week.
That was awesome, right? With the
That was great.
airborne, right? Yeah.
Yes, the airborne. That was wonderful.
Yeah. Can you imagine to fly or something? It was awesome. I loved
Right.
it. It was really good. Yeah, the one
Yeah, it
last
was
week wasn't bad as well. So I liked it. I liked it. Yes. Thank you.
That's good. Congratulations on your work. You know, you're building that page and that site very well.
Thank
Very
you.
well.
I'm trying.
And you're getting a lot of participation. Like what I one of the things I like about Poets Unplugged is I participate and look forward to having one of my books featured. Right, you know. But what I appreciate is it's a platform for a whole lot of up and coming poets. It's like it's really attracting a whole lot of up and coming poets, and that's what we need.
Yeah, and we would also like to thank our listeners and the ones that are actually performing the self-narrated episodes and everything.
Yeah.
We're really thankful for that.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay.
I don't hear anything right now.
You're not speaking.
Hello?
Yeah. Nobody's speaking right now. I think they're all on mute.
Mo is on mute. I can see it.
Mo's on mute.
I'm on mute. I'm on that goddamn mute again. Limited storage capacity. Limited storage capacity. All right, now you know my story. Now, what about you, little Cosmic? You want to do a performance, a presentation for us now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, let me hear you say yes, yes, yes. Let me hear that voice of yours.
Yes, 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 yes.
Little louder now. Come on.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, because we want to hear you clearly, and we know you're not on top of the microphone. So when you're ready, we're ready to listen.
Adventure. Here it is, swaying leaves. Here it comes. Autumn is stuck stomping. We pass the solstice. Days are getting shorter. It seems like yesterday that it was January. Remember your New Year's resolution? I don't hear the church bells ringing anymore. It gives me a shiver to the core. Title, it was The Adventure.
Adventure, okay. All right.
Beautiful. It seems like the Velvet Underground.
Well, that was
Sounds
short.
like the Velvet Underground.
Did you hear clearly? I just want to I just want to know if did you clearly hear?
Well, what I did was I turned up the volume on my set, and that worked just fine. You know that.
Okay.
And do you have another one, Cosmic?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, is that one in progress or one for later?
One
Progress.
progress. Yes.
Did I?
Okay.
Are we saying you're going to do another one later, or that's all for tonight, for this evening?
I want to do another one for later.
For later. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be here. So get yourself ready for that, and we'll be glad to listen. Okay. Good. So hey, hey, isn't that how isn't that how Meredith Monk started and Laurie Anderson started? Mixing spoken word with electronic sound. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. We're gonna have to keep these captions used. Okay. So look who's in from Ghana. Hello, Benedicta.
Hi, Moy.
Hello. How you doing?
Hi.
Okay.
I'm good. Yourself?
Whoa, we can hear you clearly tonight.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So no internet mishap tonight from your end of the woods. Huh?
Hi, Benedicta.
Certainly. Hi,
Okay.
dear. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you again, hear you again.
Okay. Well,
Same here.
We're gonna call you up, Benedicta. But right now, I want to call up. I want to move us back over to Paris here and ask Isabelle Lorion what she wishes to present.
Okay, but I'm not in Paris, Mo.
I have a mental handicap. You know.
I left Paris the 16th of March, and I'm coming back on Tuesday.
And then I'll believe you're in Marseille.
No, I am near Sète, near
Right.
Montpellier.
Yeah, that Sète. Everyone knows Sète. That's where they held the Olympics
So if you know
last year.
Sète, I am 10 borns from Sète near the Étanto in a little village.
Okay.
With the seagulls and horses and marvelous birds. So
okay,
I will read you a poem I wrote when I was touring with Paris Lit Up 3 years ago. And that was all those young hipsters, good looking around me, and the trees when we were traveling through England. So I wrote this. You, my old lover, all my life I fell in love with girls and boys, in the streets, in the underground, at parties, and never succeed in long relationships. But you, my old lover, but you chose to cross away the border of life. So all my life I've been alone, the ghost of love hanging upon the curtains of my illusions. Fugitive lovers, 1 night, 1 week, 1 month, 3 years, 4 years, here and there, now or ever. I long for love so much like everyone else. Now I don't need to fall in love no more, to run after the I love you, do you love me? I'll go on to the end. I will have lovers or I will not. I don't know. Now I know that it will never be another one like you. You, my old lover. But you choose to let me down. You choose to cross the border of life. So I will go here and there on my own. And sometimes I will be with people. And sometimes I will be by myself. But if the world opens his arms to me, I will fulfill the space between humanity and I. I will just be part of life like anybody else. I will be me. I will be you. I won't worry anymore about the cold, lonely nights. On the road, I saw the trees. They were all different from each other, holding their branches to the sky in the rainy winter. They talked to me softly, and the wind whispered in my ears. Loneliness is a dream. Wake up, baby. You belong to the world. The world belongs to you. From the kingdom of death, one day you will recover, you, my old lover, and you will hold my hand again. The veil of your shadow hangs upon my solitude, and the memory of your acuteness accompanies all my steps. You, my old lover, you choose to let me down. The missing of your presence never extinguish. You choose to cross the border of life. The hashish of your look still wake upon my shoulders. In the clouds, I guess your tender eyes upon my head. In the wind, I hear your voice whispering words of care. Be careful, my love, when you travel away from me. Your image often leap in my dreams during the cold, lonely nights. Since you're gone, the wings of my memory fly over the sharp, hard days. We were the sister twins of the moon, you and I, along the shores of the night, waving at Dylan Thomas and Catherine Mansfield. Your image leap into the flood of my dreams without reason. I scream for the past to revival. Alone, I walk in wretched, utter misery. All around me, enemies spy and despise. Boredom kills my heart, bends my back, bones spin. The dead leaves fall from the trees. Winter comes again. Another year passes. Time files my shape. Forever I will be missing you. Forever and ever. From your absence, I will never cure. Never and ever. In the wind, I whisper your name. In the sand, I draw your face. Through ages, I seek your hand. I am a shadow among the shadows. My tears mix with the rain. You, my old lover, you choose to climb the border of our life. Rumbled darkness echoes my thoughts. Altair and Orion shine in a black sky. Above my head, eternity call. The breath of eternity on my neck. Love never ends. That's it.
Wow, that's it's. So your old lover is a woman?
Yeah, she was the great love of my life. Then we stayed very close friends. Then she
Okay.
committed suicide in 1997.
Oof.
But she was a fantastic artist and a fantastic woman.
Okay.
But I had lovers.
Do you have another poem for us?
No, I just have this one tonight.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, okay. And this happened in London.
No, I wrote this 3 years ago when I was touring in England with Paris Lit Up, you know.
Okay.
Because it was all those young hipsters around me, like butterflies, you know. And I remember about this woman, and I said, you know, even if it was long ago, even if I had many lovers since men and women, you know, but
a lot of tears in your poem.
Yeah, and here I am in the place where I met her, you know. So especially the memory comes from.
Yeah. Well, leave it to poets and singers to do justice to love and love lost. It seems one of our primary occupations to talk about love and love lost. We seem to hold a niche on that corner. Thank you, Isabel, and God bless your old lover. And now, Bill, we still can't hear you. Mr. Bill, we can't hear you. So I'm really sorry to tell you that, but we can't hear a word you're saying.
Can you share a screen?
Seems that he doesn't have his sound installed
Right,
when he joined the meeting.
Okay. Does anybody, usually I ask Mo for technical advice, and Mo is off doing some chores. So I don't know, you could try to come on again and see if there's a command for insta. You could be blocking audio.
Yeah.
You could be not allowing audio. Oh, okay. Okay, our loss. Too bad. Okay, now I want to welcome someone who just came on board. Angela Hines, is it? Hello, Angela. There you are.
My name is Angela. It's German. Hello, everybody.
Okay. Angela, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
And what city are you in?
Austin, Texas.
Well, now that's as German as you can get some days. Okay. Like Oktoberfest in Austin. Okay, honey.
Funny. My friend Sandy just told me about this, so I just got out of a yoga class and popped right in.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's cool. Are you here to listen only, or do you have something to contribute, like a poem or something?
Oh my, nothing that sophisticated.
Well, we're not ranking on sophistication.
No.
Actually, we don't rank. I mean, if it works sophisticated, good. It's not obligatory. So you could.
I just wrote one, a very short one, a few days ago. I haven't even looked at it. If you'd like to.
Well, spring it on us, Angela.
Alrighty, let's see. Is it true? Is it true that my best is always enough? Is it true that my daughters would feel loved if I didn't feel love myself and had no well from which to resource? Is it true that we can't really love deeply if we are deprived of our own inner freedom to authentically be? Is it true that we really can't listen and hear if we are carrying judgments, implicit biases, and our DNA is filled to the brim with trauma? Is it true that we can only give what we have actually received? Or is it that we have to reframe what we believe we received? Then maybe I would say that everyone is truly doing their best, and their best is good enough. It is only the subtle, unseen, more hidden truths don't surface because they are marred by fear, anger, and layers of not being seen, heard, honored, acknowledged, recognized, witnessed. Today, I see with new eyes. I see you, and my heart breaks for not having had the awareness all these years. So I ask you if my best was good enough. Might I ask if you would be willing to grant me the permission to repair all the unloving acts I enacted on you all your life, consciously or unconsciously blinded?
Whoa, okay. Well, have you know, and that was actually very profound expressions there. So let's not even worry about whether something is sophisticated or not. Profound sounds better, feels better. Did you write that to someone in particular?
so much has happened in the last 2 days. I can't remember where I was at, but definitely, definitely my 3 daughters, and definitely my white privilege, racism, first generation people. There was a lot that came together there. My own, the solar, I'm Cancer. I'm Cancer moon, Aquarian sun. I mean, last night I was up, and it's what time is it here now? It's 2:20. It's 2:30 p.m. here. And I was up a lot last night, and I felt like this whole quarantine time has been a time for me to do a lot of introspection, and I feel like some of that is in there, you know?
Yeah. Last question, and just give me a gut reaction, okay? You ended that poem by saying, basically to paraphrase you, is it possible that I can give love from you that I did not get? Is it possible I can return love? Well, do you believe it's possible?
That's not. Is that what you felt it meant for you?
Well, I think to paraphrase you, you were just simply saying, can you return the love? Can you return that which you didn't give? Can you return that which was not given? Now, it's to rectify the imbalance of caring between people. Can it be done?
Actually, that comes from Robin DiAngelo's White Fragility.
But I'm asking you, not
yeah,
Robin DiAngelo.
I know, and I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't thought about it in terms of love. I think I have to be willing for someone to say no, that I'm not willing to do the repair. I have 3 daughters right now that, and I wrote this morning, to one of my daughters, and my intention is to write to the other 2 today too, for repairs. And I have to be quite willing, I think, to have a response that it wasn't good enough, you know?
Okay.
And so for me, it's not about getting that love or something. It's about vulnerability. It's about
okay. I think we get it. I think we get it. I was just curious whether you had it is what you say in the end about vulnerability, I believe. Okay. Then thank you. Thank you. That was good to hear. We could make a whole entire evening a whole entire session workshop out of the things you were mentioning. So, all right. Okay, so now who have we not heard from here? Now, Benedicta, I see you over there. Hello, Benedicta. Hello, Benedicta.
Hi, Moy.
How you doing? I'd like to call on you next to present.
Really, it might sound good.
Okay.
It might sound good.
No, wait. You have to just use one device or it'll disrupt your transmission.
Yes. I'm using one device. Is it better?
Okay, that's better.
Okay. Anyway, happy Father's Day. It's Father's Day at my end, so I'm wishing you happy Father's Day.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'll come back with a video. I'm reading something from my blog. So hold on a second. So I captioned this conflicts of unrest, and I read, tattered and torn, running for safe refuge, chaos and burdens, the past, heartbeats, nitty-gritty hours of conflict, pathways of the Cold War, rebels, continuous shootings, peacekeepers on the run, an uptick of a regime movement. This was written for World Refugee Day. I hope you heard it.
Yeah, for World Refugee Day. All right.
Yes.
Do you have another one for us?
Yes, the second
By the way,
one.
are you a refugee?
Sorry?
I think you left South Africa for Ghana. No.
Mm-hmm. My parents brought me to Ghana.
Are you relocated or a refugee? How would you describe your life?
We relocated because both of them are from Ghana. Daddy
Okay.
just went there to lecture.
Okay. Okay, so you have another poem for us.
Yes, I have. Hold on. It's still on my blog, so I'll be back. Just hold on a second. Okay, I would like to take the nature's grandeur. Nature is never spent. It leaves deep down things. The opaqueness causes a bleak search for the happiness of life, like the chime of a rhyme. The purple blooms of life get unveiled in a turning chandelier. It revolves like sacred fountains to the sun, kind, but royally reclaiming his own. The utmost mark that heeds but hides. The recap and recovery of what nature beholds. The feel of primrose hands that relishes the outbursts of stepwise touches in folds of faces of a waterfall. The baffling bands on what the heart breathes and promises. Crowning towers that attains a heritage with a prince who has a healing touch, who makes her lose control, the effects of nature. Still figuring it out, the effects of nature and its worlds, hypnotized by his artistic charms of nature, a captivating missile. Thank you. That was the second one.
Okay. All
I hope
right.
it was clear.
It was coming in more clear. Okay.
Or there were cuts.
Huh?
Were there cuts, breaks in what I was saying?
No. You know what we're doing? Your microphone isn't real clear, and we're getting in here for your accent. Okay.
Okay, so can I take it again?
Well, you have a third poem, I think.
Okay. So hold on.
Okay.
So I wrote this for my dad.
For your father, okay.
Yes, because today is Father's Day in Ghana. Hustles undenied, yet he manages the home in firm strictness, instilling discipline to all. Come what may, he unearths the veto power of a dignified man. With exceptions, none can resist. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Did you send that
I
to
hope
your
this one is,
father?
yes,
Okay.
I did.
You made him happy?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Now, okay, so your second poem was a little bit muffled. Let's hear it again.
So can I? Okay. So I'll just go offline because it's on my blog so that I can. I'm coming. Okay, I take it again. It's captioned Nature's Grandeur. Is it better?
Yes, I think so.
Nature is never spent. It leaves deep down things. The opaqueness causes a bleak search for the happiness of life, like the chime of a rhyme. The purple blooms of life get unveiled in a turning chandelier. It revolves like sacred fountains to the sun, kind, but royally reclaiming his own. The outmost mark that heeds but hides, the recap and recovery of what nature beholds, the feel of primrose hands that relishes the outbursts of stepwise tashes in folds of faces of a waterfall, the baffling bands on what the heart breathes and promises, crowning towers that attains a heritage with a prince who has a healing touch, who makes her lose control, the effects of nature, still figuring out the effects of nature and its woes, hypnotized by his artistic charms of nature, a captivating missile. That's about it.
Okay, all right.
I hope this one was better.
I think it was. What do you all think? All right, give her a thumbs up on.
Yeah, that was good. You hear me, Mo?
Thank you,
Uh-oh.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
See,
Thank you, Bill. Thank you all for listening.
We pay attention to Benedicta because she began some weeks ago with us in an area that has a very weak internet signal. So we understand that in advance. We understand that. And,
I hope I hope we migrate from getting bad signals here.
I feel you. I'll tell you what. To have a weak internet signal these days is a handicap. I think so.
It's because of the pandemic.
Or a sign to like get out
It's like
there.
because of the pandemic, everyone is on the internet. So if the internet is jammed up, it wouldn't be so good wherever you are.
Okay. Okay. Well, all right. So James is saying goodbye. Goodbye, James.
Okay.
See you again,
Bye.
James.
Thank you for listening.
Okay. Now it looks like we finally. I'm going to ask Sandy to think. I'm going to ask Sandy to think of that one poem she was considering of reading. But first, while she's considering that, I will ask Bill. Are you on now, Bill?
I think so.
You are. Okay. Well then, that's it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Let's see, Bill, you're here.
Okay, so let me call on whom we call the judge from New Jersey, Bill Strangmeyer, and let's hear from you, Bill.
Okay. Okay, from James Joyce, The Dead. Better pass boldly into that other world in the full glory of some passion than fade and wither dismally with age. I call this Bloomsday accountancy. Many years I haven't swung a fist at provocation. Well, actually, I made a street punk cry a couple years ago. Was that what the girls used to like? I weep for humanity. I no longer think that music is the key, that love is all we need. Oh, say a love that could save me. Once ironic mantra, somber joke. The power of the enemy is growing as I grow weaker, but not weak. A nod to diminished but simmering anger and how to escape. My voice grows sharper and my grasp of all the wrong I did when still alive and full of all the meaningless and fickle fire that led me by the dick towards a wet bar full of love. And all those stories I remember full of vinegar and piss still sometimes make me laugh at all the yap-yaps I befriended back in the day at the candy store, Irene's Caffe, or at the bar. I always loved strays, always saw the good, always been misled. And two, the deal's gone wrong, and almost death or murder. One night stands, the tragic love, the painful partings, the tears and laughter, as they say, of all this opaque but translucent life. The lost and gone, the anger we've brought back, embarrassment and pride, the odds that I'd be dead, the ways that I escaped from guns and knives, the tales I'll never tell my kids are still a source of a certain doubtful joy. How have I lasted for so long as I've done all I could to die? And still my health is good, and I've put my order in for a death. 120, shot by a jealous husband, 40 years old, insult to injury mad. That's a situation I've been in, our light of love held apart. How many marriages consist of jailer and prisoner? Lots, I think. It's just because I had a memory of something once had been so good and found a like nostalgia for before, and too, the time was right. The many layers of a life are ever present all at once. And once I was afraid of every twist and shout, of every sigh, and spent my time in make-believe and skidding over ice. And then for the longest time I feared nothing and no one at all, stupid and crazy, intent on death by fire, death with glory and with blood. But sometimes ideas last forever, even when they're dead. I roared and sang and dreamt of fear and kept it in my hat. I had a rugby helmet, purple knit beret, a handmade present from a girl. It always kept me safe and sound, a trademark for my game. If ever I was angered, I hated all that person's tribe. But now I know mankind's a fool. Don't step in dog shit anymore. Once I was a legend, once a local star. Not many see me now, and I forgive. And all the while, that corny itch disaster in the wings just waiting to unfold. I know who I am and what I want, and neither fits a childhood dream. For once I wished to learn the secrets that I thought life held and found the triviality and hate technology and stupid music brag about. And don't you ever want to show them, if you can, just how it's done?
Okay.
That was what I needed to hear. Because I had 2 troubled days with the stupid people.
Yeah.
There are a few stupid people going around.
Didn't I get it in there that I was stupid too?
Hear that.
Okay.
That's from James Joyce.
No, the quote was from James Joyce.
First part was James Joyce.
But you talked about James Joyce.
Yeah.
The quote was from James Joyce.
Okay.
Short story, The Dead, written by James Joyce. You referred to it at the beginning, and I was wondering why.
You know now?
You have a second poem for us, Bill?
Yeah. Again, I have a quote from Nils Lofgren. No mercy, no quarter. Take it while you can. Look out. Boson particles. The bitter shows the torture in the child. His lack of humor leads his best foot forward into each hello, the need to be avenged upon the gentle winds of childhood life. A lack of understanding is the melody he sings, and his dance is full of stumbles into fights he cannot win. There is a rage for lightness that he almost never finds, and ponderosity but lack of heft are always at the fore. Hot chocolate and his mommy's meals can give some small relief, but helpless anger and imagination are the bombs that he prefers. The lack of trees to swing through, although lacking muscle tone, leave only dusted over streets and vacant lots his hiding place. And as the fool who's always blamed because of shadowed face, the role of the outsider keeps him strange to louder fools, who take a laughing pleasure in assurances they're better than. Why do you think that now he's grown he often can't believe that anger is a secret source, the present danger, rage? But back in time, a gentle hand to guide, brush tears away, some pages from a guidebook, an insurance of respect, a smile would guarantee some happiness adapted to the joy that hides behind the cruelty on canvas, pentimento-like in life, but covered over to the blind by eyelids closed in olden pain. The evil is not born in us, but born by winds of ancient rights, designed for evolution and the strength of Aryan or other tribes. The weakling baby on the wolfish hill, the sacrificial virgin burnt, eviscerated prostitute for Jack, the clown and the minority we hate are all the victims of the savage ape we've brought into our worlds. Fake sacrifice the idiots would make them pay to wash away the sins of happiness and sex, of laughter, joy, and food and air. The punishment that satisfied the best is sloughing off the guilt on those who could not know the reason why, could therefore never sin, no matter what the fantasies of mad religions, twisted priests. Society is sick above all in the tough guy Occident. The West, informed by conquest and vendetta, eats its own, It tramples on its children, hews to rules it breaks and idolizes hate, and keeps all life in turmoil and endangered while alive and lost.
Wow. Okay. There's a statement or two or three or four. Yeah, you have three's a charm for us.
Yeah, I do. Okay, double exposure. The years it has spent the years it has spent serve to fill the room with a constant slow drip. So distant the clearing before I came in, so far from this campsite, this dusk. There is a magic box, a children's toy that hides a key inside within its grip. But there are traps that turn the track that leads to inner knot from outer husk. Still years go by, and still the constant intonation, sometimes soft and sometimes din. We let it buzz, forget, and then remember, hate, dishonor, honor, love in vain. Our beings and our souls are tuned to this. We try escape, then seek it like a bottled gin. The room and the sound are not the key, and the music is waiting to calm the pain. For years it's given rules and has grown all around, even into our voices and bones. The protest of a higher nature sighs along in sotto voce, drowned by what is wrong. The words come from it, though it doesn't speak the whole, but just what each one owns. The drip by drip is like the law and arrogates the inborn knowledge that we all belong. But by its path you won't succeed. The world you think you live in isn't real, does not exist, is like unto hell. But many love the war that rages on for greed, upholds the walls that bear the prison cell. That's it.
Right.
That's it. That's a lot. Thank you. Very good. It's a mind opener. Wow. I'm a wounded romantic, so I personally, from my point of view, as a wounded romantic, nothing worse than a wounded romantic, by the way. Yeah. So a
Moy,
lot of
why are
this
you
stuff.
saying that?
Anyway,
I love
because
romantic people.
anyway,
Why are you saying that when someone is wounded, the person can't be romantic?
anyway, speaking for myself, and I will speak for myself, as a wounded romantic, a lot of this poetry is resonating in me. It's a compliment to what I'm hearing. That's what I'm saying.
What's worse is an unwounded tyrant.
Ooh, ooh. Yeah, we could go there. Coming up for election time, we could go there. Okay, so let's see. Now we have someone here. I was asking Sandy if she wished to read her poem for us. What do you say, Sandy?
Thank you, Mo. I wouldn't consider myself a poet, but I was just doing some research and these words flow through. And so I'd love to share them, but I haven't edited it. I'm still, it's scribble, really. I'd love to share. It's just short, I think.
Well, you know what you could do? You could just call it, "This is my free verse." And make it sound real hip. I'm into free verse.
All right. It's a stretch for me. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm all into trying to stretch my level of comfort. So that's what I'll do. Thank you for I'm very touched. I'm very moved by Bill's poems, and I need a breath. I'm just, whew, wow.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. This doesn't have a title, untitled, so I pledge allegiance to this moment, that I may be filled with new aliveness of creation. May I be guided from the expression of truth in the center of my being. May I be aware of the field of being experienced by what I call me. May I be held in the layer of infinity while tasting the nectar of the field of life beyond our perceptions. May I meet you here in this place of the common heart May we meet in reverence in the place of discordance. May we regulate to our own inner field of perception. I call my heart and you call yours. May we see from the field of wholeness this place, this heart place. May I feel the expression of wisdom from the places calling for unity. I pledge allegiance to the harmonic resonance of creation. One field of perception under source, connecting to the love of all. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, that's valiant.
What?
Right. That's valiant, yes. I pledge allegiance to I pledge allegiance to the inner moment.
I started it with both. I pledge allegiance to this moment that I may be filled with the aliveness of creation.
Yeah.
And then I close that with, I pledge allegiance to the harmonic resonance of creation.
Yeah.
One perception under source, connecting to the love of all.
Yes.
Put some new rhyme on those old lyrics, right?
That kind of sentiment never goes out of style and is needed. It's needed now more than ever.
It feels that way.
If with all the conflicts, we could do something, we could resolve the conflicts we have with people who want to perpetuate negativity. We like to call them popularly the haters. There are the haters who can't be satisfied with conditions other than their own direct needs and preferences. So it's good, like you said, harmonic convergence, right? That's would be so good, so good.
We're all in this together, man, and ain't nobody getting out alive. So
now there's another way to philosophize it.
yeah.
Yeah. Right, and and the COVID, the virus itself has made us realize we're all in this together by virtue of a common virus,
yeah.
which is generating reactions of a common expression for global empathy and global unity. Isn't that's a great irony of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me.
Well, a pleasure. Now I think I'm the one so far who hasn't read yet. So I'm gonna read you three things. And the first thing I'm gonna read you, I was thinking about Father's Day, and one of my two sons did check in with me, and that made me very happy. So this is a poem by James Joyce, and some of you know that he was also a poet. You should know that while he wrote Finnegan's Wake and Portrait of the Artist and Ulysses, which are quite lengthy pieces of work, his poems, like his short stories in The Dubliners, are very short and they're very provocative. They're just the opposite of his novels. So I picked this poem. It's called Ecce Pure, and it's by James Joyce. And I think I'm beginning to understand it over the years. I'm beginning to understand more of it. And it goes like this. Of the dark past, a child is born. With joy and grief, my heart is torn. Calm in his cradle, the living lies. May love and mercy unclose his eyes. Young life is breathed upon the glass. The world that was not comes to pass. A child is sleeping, an old man gone. Oh, Father forsaken, forgive your son.
Yeah.
So
you put it on Facebook. I enjoyed reading it, and I enjoy hearing it again.
yeah, and as I read that poem for the last 20 years, I'm still trying to grasp the subtleties in it, the nuance in it. But I get a lot. That's some bittersweet love, is what that is. Some bittersweet love. And so now, since we've been talking about aspirations for love and all that, I decided I'll pull out one that I wrote in June some years ago. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I wrote it in Paris, and it happened in June. So to commemorate that time, it's simply called Your Kiss. Your kiss shot through me like a heat-seeking missile fixed on pleasure. Your kiss fanned my flame, the blood in my tongue caught fire. Your kiss put back the light in my eyes. See me, I am shining and bright. I see the road home in the centuries of stone. 1,000 years has passed, and still I know you by your touch, your taste, and your smell. Our embrace pleased fickle Paris such, she paused to starlight's smile. She blew a perfumed breeze and filled the air with wind song. Your kiss solved mysteries, stirred in my vague dreams of exile across sands of time and adrift in a sea of solitude under midnight skies. I rose and sang your song through the darkness. Your kiss is ageless, its taste of herbs and oil, a balm to my lips, a salve to my soul. Your kiss was brief, and you soon gone, and now I stand here alone upon this rock, the rock of ages, where river spills into her ocean. Spellbound still, I must let go. The dam of my desires, bursts of bittersweet streams, waltz upon the waves that carry you away. Your kiss. I love you so this Sunday night, a fool enlightened, a poet driven to the brink of beautiful sorrow. The coming dawn shall feel the sun gently press his lips upon a quiet moon, and then the nocturne, and we shall surrender all.
Whoa, 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 lovely.
When I write them deep.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yo.
Now I
It's
have
good.
Mo, I have a question about the first poem.
well, maybe you could ask me when I'm done reading, because I want to stay in the groove right now instead of breaking it up. Okay.
I thought you were done.
I really do. I really stay in the groove instead of okay. Now what I'm going to do, which is a surprise to me, is I'm going to read the poem I wrote to Sandy Green in Austin, Texas. That I must say went to the music stage after I wrote it. And I don't have the recording available to play for you. So I'll just read it in its lyrical form. And it's called Blue Bonnet Girl, as in the blue bonnet is one of Texas' state flowers, okay, one of its wildflowers. Okay, so it goes like this. Sandy, this is for you, honey. The sun comes up, I'm lying down, alone in bed, the only sound, your lazy laughter bouncing round in my head last night parting. I must have dropped a funny line, I'm good for jokes most any time. I hide my shy side behind my eyes. Now, honey, that's no laughing matter. Was trying to fool you so you wouldn't see a lonely drifter. No, that's not me. I'm good time Charlie down with the plan. Wrap your soft self round this hard shell man. I know you told me just one dance, 2 times dizzy round a party hall, and had us a coffee on Sunday noon. I talked too much. You left too soon. I'll take you out in your hometown. You make me out the best you can. We'll step on guitar towards a fretless face, fretful times, and a world gone mad. You know, cowboys and cowgirls and hip city pips and you from the pine woods. I'm Brick Alley Slick. To meet up in Austin, a place I got tossed in. I'd be your main man. You be my miss. Oh, the world's getting bigger as we hold on close. You're a poet, you're a singer. I'll jump through the ropes for a little bitty smile from your pretty pink lips. Bluebonnet girl, my brown-eyed miss. I called you to ask if maybe we could walk the river, sing to songbirds, soft stones, hard wood. I'd favor you blossoms, turn inward and say what I could not speak aloud. Maybe it's Texas, the music, the crowd, motorcycles, my cycle, come forward, come proud. Summon the word, the verb from a cloud. So happy simply to meet you. That I took you out for a night on the town and shared a cold beer at Joe's, smoked a J in the sands, and waved as you drove off. Dumbstruck, I was alone. I sang me a love song as I rambled home. My suitcases sang, not a suit in a bag. We were good together, but I couldn't brag. So tall and so steady, I thought you at my side, and soon time she won't remember. Cowboys and cowgirls, hip city pips, and you from the pine woods, I'm Brick Alley Slick. To meet up in Austin, a place I got tossed in, I'd be your main man, you'd be my main miss. 'Cause all the world's getting bigger as we hold on close. You're a poet, you're a singer, I'll jump through the ropes for a little bitty smile from your pretty pink lips. Bluebonnet girl, my brown-eyed miss.
I'm sure Sandy is
Whoa,
swept off her feet already.
Wow, I love it.
Great.
It's nice.
It made me travel in USA, you know, and I love USA. I don't know why. I had the American dream when I was young. I've been
So
there.
Sandy, I hope that didn't make you to put you on the spot.
Nope, I love it. Thank you.
I'm glad you did. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, so here's to Texas and New York and Ghana and London and the places we're all hailing in from this evening. Let's take a break for a few minutes. Why don't you chat among yourselves, and we'll come on back with round two, and everyone is invited to participate again in round two. Okay? So whatever you had to say, Isabel, or anybody else.
Can I
Or-
read it in French? I wrote,
Sorry, hold on. Did I come in late? It seems most of you had already presented.
I didn't take notes. I don't know, really. I don't
So
know.
has second Mo presented his already?
No, Mo is not presenting tonight because
Oh, okay.
he came on earlier and said he had a lot of work to do. He's in a really big workload right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're sorry
Where
about
is
that. But
Jack anyway? He's not on today. Jack Cooper.
no, well, Jack Cooper said he was depressed because he's not doing well with his son. And so he's had a very dark day and wished to stay out of this Zoom room and other activities.
too bad.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
And listen,
And I hope he's able to sort it out well.
Yeah. And Jean Ruda is playing tonight in front of on street corner for the Fête de la Musique. Okay.
And Roxanne.
So I don't know, but I'm not going to do a whole list of everybody because, frankly, Benedicta, I don't know about everybody.
And Mo,
It's been a long time. That's why.
I know, but what can I do? Where were you last Sunday? Where were you? Do you have a note? Do you have a medical excuse?
I sent you a message that I won't be able to come because of work. I did. Mo, you want to be strict on me now. Now I'm going
Not
to
at
put you in
all.
place of my
Not
dad.
Now, I know you're serious as a heart attack. Now, I know all that.
Such a good girl, Benedicta.
But,
Thank you.
And Mo,
yes.
I had a very bad night last night, and I wrote a text this morning in French. Can I read in French?
Well, yeah.
Some people will understand. Will some people understand or not?
Well, is it just prose? You're just writing in your journal, right?
It's prose, yeah. It's a text about science fiction text. But
Yeah, well, you know what?
Okay,
I'll tell you what, I'm not a censor. I'm just saying I doubt many people will get the gist of it because not too many of us speak French, and it's prose. That makes it more difficult.
Okay.
You know, that's what I'd be
Plenty
thinking.
a bit.
Because I go on French stages, and I'm clear to read poetry that can be understood or at least felt, emotionally felt. And I stay away from prose work because I realize most people will not understand it.
Yeah, that's what I saw. That's why.
In fairness to the listeners, you know. That's
Yeah, I understand. That's why I asked. You know, I thought it wouldn't fit for tonight. You know?
Yeah. I'm not trying to censor. I'm just trying to advise on that. And if I do anything wrong, Benedicta will correct me, right? Right?
Certainly. Certainly.
Good.
I'll keep you on
Now,
your toes.
okay, you keep me on my toes, girl. Now, people are talking about having some, maybe it's just coincidental tonight, but people have been reporting like insomnia and having some bad days. So some, you know, is it the weather? Is it the political climate? What's going on?
My husband was no lie, he was up till 3:30 last night.
Me too. It was terrible.
Absolutely.
4 o'clock.
Wait. Isabel, let her finish.
Okay.
What were you saying, Carrie?
Oh, my husband was up till 3:30 last night, and I see him like, you know, just typing away, and he's typing at nothing. I'm like going, what are you doing? Like, I'm bored. Like, it's 3:30. Go to sleep. and I also talked to my dad, and he was up till 2:30 last night, and he's never up. So I'm like, there's a connection or something. Yeah.
Okay. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I mean, I listened to this morning to some people from New York saying, up all night, good morning to you. They never slept at all last night. So I wondered if something was going around or something, a bad feeling.
Maybe it's because of the pandemic.
A hangover from the pandemic.
Something of that sort.
Maybe.
Maybe it's a solstice. I don't know.
Well, the solstice usually means celebration, right?
Right.
Should be. But I guess this year, that's virtual, right? I mean, there's no official. I bet a lot of official solstice celebrations are not happening.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's a drag.
Oh, maybe they are anticipating what will happen next. Because COVID-19 came out of the blue, so they want to know what will be the next thing that will happen again. It took everybody by surprise.
Yeah, and then the mainstream media did a good job of keeping audience numbers, that is to keep audiences watching, by continually broadcasting over and over fear-driven information. I mean, okay, it was correct to broadcast the dangers and the safety requirements, but at some point it got so wild that they reported the tiger in the Bronx Zoo got COVID-19. Somebody else posted, be careful, COVID can come through your shoes and enter your feet. And then people were saying, wearing a mask is not enough. Somebody can sneeze 30 yards in your direction. So, I mean, it was like,
You could.
There was, because the control side of
It
this.
sounded vague anyway.
The control side of this is that governments, who are mostly serving now as managers rather than progress-driven politicians, mostly managers, you know, not much is going to change, folks. We're locked in. 1% got it, and we're going to keep it. And whatever party you elect, you're still going to be looking at the 1%. Only one party might smile more favorably than the last party. I mean, that's the way it's adding up in the States when you look at what they're actually willing to vote for, not what they're willing to say, what they've actually voted for, what they stand for. Like Joe Biden wants to unite the country, and he continues to affirm, I will not allow universal health care. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. It's going to do a lot for everybody. I'm an abroad, and then I'm a nation builder. I just voted again to increase law enforcement funds. Okay, Joe, that'll build the nation. More cops. No, I'm not voting for Trump. That's clear, but that seems to be the. So with managers going around, one thing they picked up on, maybe not deliberately, but they seem to have become aware of, is with all the fear that the COVID-19 enforced among so many people, they realized they could reorganize the nature of work, and they could reorganize certain laws on freedom of speech and freedom of assembly. And they were saying that they were instituting that just for the sake of the pandemic. But it's already beginning to happen. Well, ask yourselves in a year if those restrictions on freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, employment figures, and things like that have changed or are the same a year after this is over. If you catch what I'm saying, is once they enact something that benefits management and restricts people, rarely do they reverse it, relax it, abolish it later. Okay. So, well, that must have.
Right on, Mo. That's right on. That's right
Sorry
on.
about that. I was chewing something.
Okay. No, but
You're right about that, Mo. It's a power grab, and they never want to relinquish it once they have it. So
yeah. And and then when we're saying about the wealth being generated, to the 1% and overreaction by the police, rarely did it say, okay, we've had enough time taking your money and mismanaging your society. We're going to have a lunch now and leave. They never did it. We're done. You're not happy, so we're just leaving. Bye-bye. They don't do that.
no, they look for whatever they forgot to get the first time and
Right.
clean it up.
Right. We've went from millionaires to billionaires, and no time soon are we going to reverse this. What do you think, Bill?
I think it goes back to Central Eurasia, to the Aryan tribes and the ancestors of the Medes and Persians and all the rest of it. The rest of them, it wasn't so. I'm weak on African history, but I don't think it was so obvious in Africa until the Europeans got there. Maybe Shaka Zulu, but I think he was an exception.
Well, what goes back to Central Asia? What are you saying? What is the what you're speaking of?
The idea of the leader and his cohort taking everything they could, and everybody else shut the fuck up.
Okay, well, now there's a sophisticated reply.
and Shaka Zulu wasn't quite so much of the power grab. It was just, I want you to leave me alone.
Yeah.
So I have my empire here. Leave me alone.
I don't know about that. It was largely about vengeance for his mother.
Yeah. I leave no enemies alive behind me.
And also he thought that the English were his white people, so he gave them military advice. He told them that wearing shoes slowed them down in battle, and that their guns were useless because a decent shield would stop the bullets. He didn't
They
know.
were quite
Healing would.
aggressive too.
Sorry?
I thought they were quite aggressive too,
Yeah,
with their means of vengeance
yeah.
and how they
Okay.
put on their outfits and come so scary and all that.
Wow, more good news. All right. More good. I'll tell you what. Maybe now it's time we go back to some poetry. Are we ready to start a second round? If you're going to participate, what I would ask you to do is gather your material now so that when I call on you, you have it in front of you to present. That would be good. And let me just check in with some people that are muted. Sandy, are you there? Jane, are you there? Okay. Dalila, are you there?
Yes, I was listening to Evan.
Okay. Okay. And Cosmic and Palm, are you there?
Yes, we are here.
Okay. Bunny, are you here? Okay. So we will see what Bunny and Sandy, if they come back to us. Uh, they may think the break is still going on. So with us back in the second round, how about if I ask you, Benedicta, would you lead us in the second round?
Hold on. I just finished doing my chicken. Okay. Just hold on.
Okay.
Hold on
All
a
right.
second.
We can do that.
Okay. Okay. So I'll take one of my haikus.
Okay.
I'm taking it from my blog, so just a second. This has got to do with something that goes on at the emergency department where I currently work at, and I
Okay.
wrote it towards high quality CPR and effective emphasis, which is done when someone has cardiac arrest. So the haiku says, tilts, turns and maneuvers, titrated doses of an algorithm. That's the haiku. I hope I was heard clearly.
Now say it again, but try again more clearly.
Okay. Hello, is it better?
Let's hear you.
Is it better?
Yeah,
Is the sound better?
it
Okay, so
does.
the haiku is tilts, turns and maneuvers, titrated doses of an algorithm. That's about it.
Well, that's about it. Okay. Do you have another one for us?
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry, just hold on. You caught me unaware, so I'm now loading it.
Well, you know what? If you can't find it, we can come back to you.
No, I'm there.
Okay.
Okay, this one too is a monoku, and I titled it Silence. And it says, the silent cry of innocence, an unquenchable pain, they reciprocate. That's all to it.
Okay. So those are your haikus.
No, the second one was a monoku. I remember
What is,
last week you asked me about it, and I said it's a one-line statement.
okay.
I
Well,
hope it
good.
was well heard.
It was well heard.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. And I see Cosmic over there. Hello, Cosmic. How you doing?
Good.
Do you want to present something now?
Yes.
Okay, I want to hear your voice more clear. I want to hear your voice more stronger near the microphone. If we can get you some more microphone volume, would be nice. And then the rest of us can turn up our own volume. How's that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that sounds good.
So I'm reading a very short poem from this book. From Akeda Daisaku Akeda. So from this book, Soar into the Skies of Hope. And it's a really nice book. So I'm going to say a short bit of a poem. In the vast sun sky, the full moon quietly appeared, urging all, having Go ahead. So I'm going to do the again because you might have not heard me. The adventure. Here it is. Swaying leaves. Here it comes. Autumn always stuck stomping. And past the solstice are getting shorter. It seems like yesterday that it was January. Remember your New Year's resolution? I don't hear the church bells ringing anymore. It gives me the shiver to the core.
Okay. Looks like you're frozen out on screen there. Cosmic,
Okay.
do you have
Yes?
do you want to present another poem to us?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this is a book by called Skellig, and it's very interesting. And it has lots of as well as history as well.
You know, we're not able to hear you.
Okay. Can you hear? No? Can you hear us? Can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? Is it better?
Yeah.
Is it better?
Yeah, it is better.
Okay. So this is a poem from Skellig. Some history in it, and it has everything. Some sentences deep and words deep, and it's by David Allen. So this is a poem by William Blake.
William Blake, okay.
But to go to school in the summer morn, oh, it drives all the joy away. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day in sighing dismay. That's short.
Okay, all right. Well, we always welcome William Blake, and thank you for your presentations. Okay, bye for now, Cosmic. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, So, okay. Well, I'm going to talk with Cosmic's mother about tuning. I'm going to talk to you more about tuning the audio on that, because they're lovely poems and lovely sounds off the gongs. Just got to figure out how to get that transmission quality right.
Oh, okay.
Because
Sorry, we didn't have a mic, but he had a little loss and we couldn't.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
We figure out this week. We practice more. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good. Well, that'll be good. It'll be
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
enjoying.
well, good. All right. So now I'd like to move over and ask Carrie if she wants to present.
Of course. It's Father's Day. And this is about a childhood memory that I had with my dad. When I held a gun. The only day I held a gun, I was 8 years old. My father was so proud to teach me, like his father did for him and his father before him, so that hunting could remain vital in our family. So I could learn to provide meat for our family and to discover all the secrets of the woods. Daddy felt most at home in the woods. He idolized Jeremiah Johnson and the great pioneers. He lived off the land and made some things out of nothing. In the outdoors, he would commune with God. I was the oldest child. It didn't matter that I was a girl. She's got to learn to shoot, he reasoned with Mom. She can't just fish. I held the rifle in my hands. It felt so wrong, as if I was wielding heavy machinery that no kid, no matter how quick or clever that he or she was, should ever use. Even that precious split second that I pretended that it was a magical wand and we were doing some ancient sorcery trick, I knew that this idea was only make-believe in this very real moment. And guns kill people and things. Later, I learned people kill people, and guns were their favorite tool or modus operandi to do the job. I didn't want to die right then, but I didn't want Daddy to get mad at me either, so I took a deep breath. I mentally remembered all the Dad's rules of gun safety. I shook a little. Honey, keep still. I aimed and fired, barely grazing the Coca-Cola can on the fence. How do you feel, honey? He asked me, hoping that he made another shiny new convert, but I was no believer. This is wrong, I answered, giving him back the rifle. His face fell. I got this specially made for you. Sorry, Daddy. I don't want to shoot no more, ever. I didn't turn my back on the woods. I did learn its secrets from Daddy, how to survive it, and about its plants and animals. But instead of carrying a rifle to bring home game, I brought along a camera, a pen, and a leather-bound notebook so I could record the hunt in action, freeze frame it. And on the page, I didn't join Daddy's hunting party, nevertheless. My trips in the woods were often solo ones. I was a wolf without a pack, unlike everyone else. I turned to words. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, what ancient sorcery were you people up to?
What?
What ancient sorcery were you up to? Made a statement about ancient sorcery.
Well, the rifle that I had in my hand kind of looked like a magic wand. So for a split second, I was 8 years old, and I still believed in like magic. I thought, oh, this is a magical wand. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just making that up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Do you have another one for us, Carrie?
Yeah, I do. Hold on. So that was my Father's Day poem.
That's nice.
Thank you. I wrote this a few days ago. Fiorina, number 74, Women's Names Central Series. When the night in her finally bloomed, Jasmine, this middling player of pianos, she felt the music in her toes, not her hands. The colors bled in her head, leaving her tiny, elfish, but slowish fingers in constant black and white. She slammed the keys, shutting out the inner recordings of her emotionally abusive piano teacher, a real nutcase shit. The grift of becoming a teacher and a music therapist suddenly died in her as the night gained perfume. She couldn't sleep, for the words began to morph in her uterus. Her slow phalanges went slow, quick over a page. The blankness of her former self grew blooms, Russian style, dumplings with sour cream, now replaced with curried mulligatawny soup. Man, these colors are so real. Her inner Indian gave her the night, the black and white of Western music bleeding into something new, words, as Kathmandu reminded her who she was, dancer of phrases to her inner music making mountains as the night played on.
Good.
Hey, very nice. That was deep. Thank you. Okay. So, Dalila, did you have something you wish to present? Please.
Sorry. I have another poem by French poet Paul Éluard, and the poem is about the meaning of freedom, or more about how to define it, how to say it, the word liberté. Okay? Sur mes cahiers d'écolier, sur mon pupitre et les arbres, sur le sable, sur la neige, j'écris ton nom. Sur toutes les pages lues, sur toutes les pages blanches, pierre sang, papier cendre, j'écris ton nom. Sur l'absence sans désir, sur la solitude nue, sur les marches de la mort, j'écris ton nom. Sur la santé revenue, sur le risque disparu, sur l'espoir sans souvenir, j'écris ton nom. Et par le pouvoir d'un moi, je recommence ma vie. Je suis née pour te connaître, pour te nommer liberté. That's it. I have taken just part of it. I can read more.
Well, I love what you said.
You like it?
From the sand on the snow, I write your name. Now that's a line I have not heard. That is an image I have not heard.
Sur la neige, j'écris ton nom.
Voilà.
Very nice. Merci Zelda. J'ai appris ce poème il y a très longtemps à l'école aussi. Merci pour le souvenir, Dalila.
Oui, on l'apprend à l'école as teenagers. We study these poems at school.
Mm. Cool.
Sur la vitre des surprises, sur les lèvres attentives, bien au-dessus du silence, j'écris ton nom. Sur mes refuges détruits, sur mes phrases, sur mes phares écroulés, sur les murs de mon ennui, j'écris ton nom. Sur l'absence sans désir, sur la solitude nue, sur les marches de la mort, j'écris ton nom. Sur les images dorées, sur les armes des guerriers, sur la couronne des rois, j'écris ton nom. Sur la jungle et le désert, sur les nids, sur les genêts, sur l'écho de mon enfance, j'écris ton nom. Sur les merveilles des nuits, sur le pain blanc des journées, sur les saisons fiancées, j'écris ton nom. I like the last one, look. Et par le pouvoir d'un mot, a word, the power of a word, je recommence ma vie. Je suis née pour te connaître, to know you, pour te nommer liberté, to name you freedom.
Mm.
Okay. Wow. That is very,
So
very
meaning
principled and
that,
very romantic.
so meaning that you were silent in your quest for liberty, in summary.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said from what you said so far, it means that you were silent in your quest for liberty.
What do you mean by being silent in the quest?
Being silent means that you were enduring everything, but your focus was getting
I'm a
liberty in the
rebel.
end.
No, I'm a rebel. Sorry.
Sorry?
I have not endured. I have always taken my freedom whenever it was important for me, and I paid the price for it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you never had any form of silence, observant silence, whilst you rebel to get it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think this is what I like about what you read this poem is about the many various ways,
Yeah.
the number of different ways someone will declare their liberty.
Beautiful.
And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay. Okay, so let's move over here. Let's ask the judge to come back in. Bill. Hello, Bill.
Carrie's leaving.
I'm leaving. Have a wonderful
Oh,
day.
okay, Carrie.
Bye-bye, Carrie.
Bye.
See you again.
Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, Bill.
Okay. First love. What was it that I saw so clear in her? What was that pain I could not do without? To me, she was so golden and so overwrought, so small, so bright and tough. And in my thoughts, she's now compact and featureless, a ghost, a mirror of my doubt. Her father didn't like me much, but I was white at least, and tolerance was fine. A sacrifice for that working class back then, the jocular, unkind, and gruff. He clearly didn't see too much in me except for pain I could not do without. My father didn't like her much, defined smart differently from me, and drew a certain line that pretty girls of promise couldn't see while tossing quips of genius that he called fluff. Lines in my memory compacted now and featureless, a ghostly mirror of her shadowy doubt. Grown up in Christianity and in the 50s too, I didn't like the list she had, a longer list than mine, and wouldn't have good manners because I wanted other ways to live and thought I had it rough. And that was what she saw so clearly then, mirage-born pain I had and could not doubt. She learned the cruelty of middle-class fools. For working class and Polish, she had some spine. She wanted the honor roll status, the respect and the money, the sitcom home, all the stuff in my memory, compacted and featuring ghostly riches in makeup, a mirage to light my doubt. She wanted what was owed me, what I didn't want, that tortured me with misplaced hate and misread signs. I wanted what she didn't want, defiance and the misplaced hate, the lack of good enough. What was it that I saw so clear in her? What was that pain I could not do without? Now in my thoughts, she's just compact and featureless, a ghostly mirror of my doubt. One more?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
That's
first girl.
good.
Sorry?
I said it's good.
Thank you. Okay, first girlfriend. You were so cool and so much fun. I could really have fallen in love, except for the boyfriend off fighting in the Nam. Did we meet at a party? Did we meet in a bar? I was after your friend, but I frightened her off. And anyway, you were more fun. Now I remember, you brought me to that bar, a halfway cowboy bar where halfway cowboys sang. And T for Texas, T for Thelma, just a mic and no stage. Check owner, pretty daughter growing up. All the clients were your friends, even your brother-in-law to be, who hated me. You always had to step between us. Do I have a son? He'd be too old to tell him now. That sleazy doctor we chose to forget. A hotel room indeed. You put it on the fiancé and then he died. And years later, one last time before I got married, you said, like his father, and I shut my mouth. They didn't have DNA back then. Ah, regrets. You were maybe the best girlfriend I ever had. Was that because of no future? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
What got
Okay.
me laughing was where you said like a father, and you said there's no DNA. So it
Okay,
sounded funny there.
Bunny, are you back with us? No, I don't think so. So with Bunny not back with us and everyone has read in this second round, I think we've completed tonight. Well, yes, Cindy.
I have just one quick, I don't have a poem, but I have something for Cosmic.
Okay.
Cosmic, my beloved is a squirrel. His name is Cowboy. And he came out and he was listening and he's so happy to say hi. I don't know, I can't move him. He got into some poison one time, and so he's a little challenged, but he's right here. He's not gonna stay long. There's his tail. Hi.
Oh my.
Yeah. He's here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, and he loved the mirror of my doubt. That was so beautiful. So I just wanted to say hi, and he wanted to say hi to Cosmic. So thank you.
I love animals. Thank you for sharing your squirrel.
Yeah, well, he's not mine. He's my friend. He's my best friend.
Your friend.
But yeah, he said hi again. I'm gonna put him back now.
Okay, well. Well, there's a first. An appearance by a squirrel.
Yeah. No,
All right.
Thank you.
Next week we're gonna listen for singing parrots. That'll be good. Cheap dog tricks. All right. Well, that does seem to be a wrap for everybody who's been on tonight. It's been one of our more shorter in attendance evenings, and it went off very nicely. And I'm very glad.
Short because of the rain.
Oh, well, I don't know if it rained everywhere, Bill. Some nights are just shorter than others. But I certainly enjoyed
It's
myself.
been raining at my end.
And I invite you all to come back next week. And I want to say, like I always like to finish, everybody, thank everybody.
Okay, thanks everybody.
So
Thanks
I'll,
everyone.
so I'll leave the screen on for a little bit if you all want to chat, and I'll do that before I turn off the Zoom signal if you wish to chat with one another. And if not, we can close now.
Night, everybody. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Say goodbye to everybody. Everybody say goodbye to everybody.
Bye
Good to see you.
Bye.
Stay well.
Bye. See you
Okay.
next week.
Bye from
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Good night. Good
Stay
afternoon.
safe.
Good afternoon and good night from this crowd. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Beat. 1, 2.
Bye bye. Pom.
Yeah. Hiya, bye bye. Yeah, hi, Dalida. Yeah.
Bye bye, Pom and
Bye bye. Yes. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right.
we'll phone tomorrow.
See you soon. Yeah.
Bye bye.